Hi, I'm Matt, and this is Track in 60, where I try write a song in under 60 minutes. And today's theme is melancholy reflection. And the reason I've picked this is because I actually put a poll out essentially, and it came joint first with, I think, Acid Rain. So I think I should get a vote as well. So I've decided to go with melancholy reflection. And I want to say that this is a live stream as well, so just like the title just came up by accident, then things might go a little bit sketchy at times. But my idea for this one was I like the idea that so I just realized this camera angle is completely off my head, so I'm just going to quickly adjust that so I'm actually in the right place. The idea for this, which I decided to go with this one literally like 5 minutes ago, just as I clicked start stream essentially. But I thought to myself, I liked the idea of almost writing parts and then kind of then reversing those parts, not necessarily reversing them in terms of like an effect, but reversing the actual melody or whatever part it might be, almost like the music is being reflected on itself. And then also because it's melancholy, you know, something along those lines as well. So that's the concept that I've got for this, and let's just get into it. I'm going to get the timer going, so you'll see in the top left corner the timer is now going down. So let's get into Ableton, and I think what I'd like to maybe do start off with is just, as I always do, I always start with drums basically. So I'm gonna put in a quick simple drum beat, and I'm actually going to use Addictive Drums for this. There we are. For a moment there, I forgot who made Addictive Drums. It's XLN, isn't it? And I'm also going to choose a preset. I think they've got a preset here called Worn Out Drums. So I'm just going to pick that as well. And let's just loop apart. And I'm just going to have like a simple rock beat for this. Something like that with a nice little closed hi-hat as well. I was going to slow it down, maybe to like 90. Still too fast to slow down a little bit more. Yeah, 76. That's a nice tempo for melancholy, I think. So I think in terms of the reflection idea, you know, I'm not sure if that's going to work with the drums, but maybe we can have some kind of like drum, maybe we can do that with some kind of drum fill as well. So the idea is kind of like these kind of reflections, I suppose, in the style of melancholy, I suppose. Okay, so I think I'm just going to go straight to the OP1 actually, and just put down like a nice little kind of like maybe like a chordy kind of thing. I always use the default sound because it's lovely, but you know what? I'm going to use it, but I'm going to put it through the dark light, which is by Old Blood Endeavors. Change this to pitch. In fact, let's go with crush, so the crush effect, it's got 3 different effects on this. It's got pitch, delay, and crush kind of like delays that kind of, crush is the delay. You can hear it. It's quite a nice bit of low end there as well, actually. And I quite like those notes I'm playing, so I'm just gonna start recording. Let's have the click going as well. Cool, that'll do. I think that's quite a cool little part. And I was pretty happy with the playing, apart from that second part. But let's just loop these first chords for a bit. Let's keep that second bit for later. But I'm just going to copy these and loop this because we are on a time limit. So the idea again, mustn't forget reflection. So I think I'm actually just gonna, I know I said I wasn't gonna try to do the reverse effect, but I actually just like I wanna hear that sound if I reverse this. Where are you, reverse? Why can't I see you? Ah, reverse clip. Let's do a little crossfade here. I've actually been in Logic today, so I'm kind of, the menus might confuse me a little bit. Oh yeah, that's very cool. And I'm going to try come up with another part that goes over this, almost maybe something that kind of harmonizes with it, or let's try to do like a lead part, I suppose, or maybe some chords as well. Let's just see what we can come up with. Now what I'm thinking for this one, I quite like the idea that actually this starts off reversed. So this part here actually starts off reversed. Let's get rid of that. So just gonna fade that in a bit. Sounds a little bit weird, didn't it? Crossfaded. Yeah, this might be a bit weird, but I kind of like the effect so far. You know, it's kind of interesting. I guess it'll be really interesting when we get to the rhythm part, because obviously like a bass line, if you do like I say, even like a 4-note bass line and then reverse those notes, it's sometimes it's going to sound a bit odd, I think, but maybe not. Let's see. And for the bass, I'm actually going to use the Baby Audio BA1. I mean, I've been using this a lot and I love it. It's really nice little synth, and I want to use bass. Let's just pick bass fat for now, just as a idea, so we can kind of get a get the notes right. I think, yeah. I was thinking G, and obviously that needs to be way lower. Even lower. Let's change that note. Quite like the idea of going higher. Maybe D sharp. And then I'm thinking for the bass line, we then swap the notes around. I'm doing that the long way around. Let's do that and copy these here. So we've got this kind of mirror effect going on now. We could even see that in Ableton. Let's add some more crossfades. I really wish I had a guitar with me. I know there's a ukulele right there, but maybe I might pull that out and play something on it, maybe. I mean, the live stream I did on Tuesday, that effect I put on the ukulele was awesome. It started to sound like a synth, essentially. Okay, with this bass, I want to put a high cut on it. It's a little bit too bright for my liking, and I just don't want any. I just want it to be low end, I think. Just a little bit of growliness. In fact, I'm going to automate this for each note. Actually, I like the idea that the notes kind of increase in growliness. I suppose I could actually just use a filter to achieve the same thing, but I quite like the idea of doing it by hand. Yeah, that's nice. And I kind of want a bit of randomness in there because it kind of makes it feel a little bit more organic. Okay, I want like a lead part to be here now. I think that'd be quite nice. Let's try a different instrument. I'm gonna use software synth for this. So I'm gonna go back to the. In fact, I like the idea of maybe an arpeggio actually, because maybe the arpeggio we can do some kind of cool mirroring things with that as well. So I'm gonna use the BA one again by Baby Audio. I'll switch these around, and just for ease, I'm going to use the same notes as the bass for now, which is D, D sharp. D, D sharp. Sorry, but again, like I said before, I was using Logic before, and I was just literally holding down the Alt, hoping that I could copy it. And I was thinking, what's going on? No, I was not on a Mac. G. Okay. So this is our arpeggio. Let's go to MIDI effects and go to arpeggio. I was selected already. Let's just loop this and solo it for now. Speed the notes up. Let's push the gate down a bit. Slow that. Let's extend this a bit, and I don't want those notes. I want to slow down the arpeggio a bit. Close the gate a little bit. Also, let's look at the sound I'm using here, because obviously I'm just got the default sound here, and I actually particularly like the synth. It's a little bit too abrasive, so let's go look under plucks. Oh, I like this. Close the gate a little bit. Very quiet, but I'm going to push this up an octave. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And just to boost this, I'm going to use the Waves BB Tubes, which is like a saturator. It's a very good one. And the thing I like about, I mean, if you watch any of my videos, you'll see that I just use this on pretty much every video. And the thing I love about this, you can push it really hard, And then you've got this bass relief, which just cleans up the low end. And it's so nice. So yeah, I like that. I want more out of it though. So let's have a look. Let's push the battery up. The battery effect in the BA1 is this really cool. You lower it, you kind of hear it kind of going out of tune and stuff. It's very, very cool. Let's push the release down a bit. Yeah, I quite like that. That's cool. I'm just going to go back to the BB tubes and lower it a little bit. I don't mind that little bit of overdrive, but it was a little bit much before, so. And obviously when we get to this part, I'm going to then reverse from up to down. Where are you? Down. Put down the right bit. So the note should go down. Oh, hang on. Up, down right now. One down, just down. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. That note on the OP1 doesn't work, actually, I just heard it. I think it's on the other part. Yeah, that. Just going to remove it. It's very cool. And then we just want to do the same for the reverse. Well, I'm not hearing it actually on the reverse. Well, let's just copy this over to this bit as well. Okay, kind of a rough copy and paste, but I think I did the right bits. So I love this arpeggio part, but I want to kind of, let's duplicate that, and I want to find another sound as well, because I want to kind of maybe put a high cut on the second part and slowly automate it so it increases. So this arpeggio starts coming out more, because I think it's quite nice. Find just a nicer sound. Yeah, that's brilliant. And let's use the Q1 by Waves, or Waves? Yeah, Waves, plural. Aye. And start it quite extreme, and we'll just automate this quite slow. A little bit. I'm going to pan some of these. So one arpeggio slightly to the left and one slightly to the right. In fact, I'm going to pan the OP1 parts as well. Maybe a little bit harder, maybe 20 each way. Let's put some crossfades in here. Now, quite like the drums aren't in straight away. Well, that's a lovely start, isn't it? This is sounding cool. Put like another OP1, like a lead part maybe over this. Piano sound on the OP1. I quite like that. So yeah, I'm going to record that. In fact, I'm going to bring the drums in for when I come in as well. And then we're going to put some, I like the idea of putting some effects on this kind of piano sound as well. But I quite like the fact it sounds a bit naff. Yeah, something like that. I should have actually put it through the dark light, actually. Oh, it is going through the dark light. Let's put pitch on. See if I get any kind of cool effect out of it. Just changing. No, I'm going to do some effects in Ableton. I quite like the fact it starts like that. I love that. I don't like that note though, so I'm going to remove that. I think the other. Yeah, I just like that. Let's just going to loop that. In fact, let's reverse the next time around. That's cool. And then what I'm going to do is put the baby audio spaced out on this, which will just really give it kind of like an airy feel. Lower the dry, turn off the delay, which is the left side. There we go. Out space. No, it's a bit too much. Okay. Pushing the output up a little bit. And then drums will stop here. Let's look at the drums. I want to kind of make these a bit more interesting. I kind of want them very laid back. Maybe let's take out the first, oh sorry, the second kick drum. I'm also going to humanize this, which is something I actually haven't done much of, but Ableton has this really cool effect where you could humanize and it kind of slightly shifts them slightly. And I want to push this up to like maybe 30%. So it's just looser. Yeah, it kind of feels maybe like a real person's playing it. Like a little bit lazy. And then when this note changes, I kind of want the drums to do something slightly different, just to emphasize that note. Maybe let's take something out actually. Oh yeah. As you have an open hi-hat for that as well. Nah, I don't like the open hi-hat. Then finish on just a kick drum. Let's get rid of this whole part. Oh yeah. Okay, now I like the idea of kind of trying to cheer up a little bit, because I feel like it's a little bit dark at the minute. So let's go back to the first instrument we're using. Yeah, I quite like the idea. It's just a little bit glitchy. So I'm actually gonna record this, and I like the fact that I've just got that note ringing, and then that's cool. Yeah, that was cool. Oh, it's very hot. It's a very hot signal. So I'm going to cut that little bit there, and I love the idea. It's kind of like we just have this ringing. Oh, come on, Ableton. And then, because again it's reflection, I'm now going to reverse this bit and then just do a crossfade. Put the humanize on these drums as well, so they sound a little more organic. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to create a new channel for these because I want to change the level of them. So they're a little bit hot. And let's create another OP1 part that kind of joins this or kind of enhances it. And I like the idea of maybe this one again starting reversed and then it goes forward, so they're kind of doing the opposites of each other. And what do I want to play? I'm just going to jam along to it and hope for the best. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Okay, so what I want to do is obviously start this reversed. Actually, let's just copy that first and then reverse it. Do a nice big crossfade. I also need to switch to Ableton, sorry. Okay, so let's have a listen to this. Right. What I want to do, because I liked that this one continued, but I just want to kind of fade this one in because it's a little bit too much for that beginning. What I want to do is put some reverb. Oh, there is some reverb on that one actually. Let's put some reverb on the other part as well. I'm using the Spaced Out by Baby Audio again. In fact, let's pan these. Just gonna lower everything. It's because it's peaking a little bit. We definitely need some bass here, and I think the drums as well is getting a little bit repetitive. So I'm just going to take out every other kick drum for starters, and let's look at the bass. And I'm going to use this BA1 audio again for the bass. I like the idea the bass isn't coming straight away. Like, kind of give it a bit of space, and then, oh, I meant G, and also a lot lower. In fact, maybe A could be good. Yeah, that's A's the one. And let's just do that kind of long note, and then that kind of harsh stop again. And then lower. But maybe a little bit lower. Yeah, that's nice. And again, I want to do that automation where we start the frequency low. In fact, I'm going to be a little bit harsher, I think, with this. Start off a little bit less. And then obviously we want to switch this bass line around because the mirror. Yeah, I mean that actually works really well, switching those basses. You know, it's such a simple thing. It's just the two notes, but we get so much out of it just by switching them around. And in fact, I want to try something. I actually want to switch the drums around when we switch over. So I want to change the drum part. I kind of want like a ba-ba-ba-cha. Trying to just make this a little bit lazy. Nah, it's not really working. And let's just use this humanizer effect. Nah, it's a bit too messy that, so I'm gonna just keep it straight. Maybe let's increase our hi-hats. Put the humanizer on again, just so it sounds a bit sloppy. And then for this bit, I actually want to switch the snare and the kick, again because of that mirror effect. Oh, what's going on? Why is it? Oh, is it just Ableton playing part again? Just keep that last bit of the. Actually, no, because it's a mirror. I was going to try fix it, but no, it needs to sound, you know, if you're just joining, the idea is it's like a mirror. So we've got these kind of reverse parts that go back and forth. So we start off with this kind of part that starts off in forward. We've got another part that's kind of backwards, and they kind of alternate between the two. Oh, I need to turn that on as well because I just had that muted. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about this arpeggio part. I'd like to kind of bring that back in again with this new part that I've brought in. How are we doing time-wise? All right, we've got 26 minutes left. Okay. Wow, time's actually gone very quick. So I need to look at these notes because I don't think they're going to be working now. No. So what are we on the bass? A and F. So let's shift the G to A. And let's put that on F. And in fact, let's put that on C. No, C's not working. Maybe B. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And then we want to do the same where we reverse the arpeggio. I like it, it's kept it. Okay, so yeah, the arpeggio goes down and up, or up, then down and up and down again. And this one we're not going to hear much with the automation. I'm going to put it and actually we need to automate this so it starts on up. Yeah, I'm really quite liking this kind of reverse idea where you just basically completely reverse the part halfway through. Now, what I'd like to do, I think, for this bit is kind of maybe have a second part to kind of go with this bass line, just to kind of thicken it out a bit more, because I feel like I just want to increase that kind of thickness on that lower end, I think. So let's copy this part. Delete all this, we don't want it there, we just want it here. And let's just have a listen to it right now. And I think, if I remember correctly, yeah, these first ones are quite thick sounding. Oh no, they're not actually that. Or maybe it's just too low. What's amplified? Yeah, that's kind of cool, but obviously it needs to be pushed up an octave. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's something cool. I want to put a low cut on this because we already have a bass. We don't need two filling out the low end. And what I want to do is I've got that riser using the EQ, but I want to be a bit more extreme with it. So I'm going to push this up a bit more. Yeah, that's sounding really nice. Yeah, I think the only thing that's bugging me now, I'd say, is probably the drums. They're getting just a little bit repetitive for my liking. So I think I'm going to switch the snare over to like a cross, the rim shot. If I can find it. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. If you're watching, comment, let me know what you think so far. If you like the video, give it a like. and subscribe if you haven't done already. But yeah, give us some feedback. Let me know what you're thinking so far. I see there are a few people watching. So I think, how long have we got left? Okay, 20 minutes. That's all right. Okay, I think we can maybe get like another section in. Oh, it's 3 minutes long so far. It's actually quite long. I kind of want to just change it up completely now. Just have a completely different section. I mean, if we were really going with the reflection concept, we'd go, go halfway and then reverse the whole thing. But I don't think that'd be very interesting. Although maybe there is a way to make this interesting. It should maybe bookend, so at least it finishes where it started. So actually, let's give it an idea. So I'm going to actually copy this first bit. In fact, what's going on? What's going on here, actually? Okay, what I want to do, I kind of want to actually make this sound a little bit trippy. So I'm actually gonna change the pitch to an octave lower, and I'm going to do the same for this part as well. I have no idea how this is going to sound, but oh wow, yeah, that's nice. Let's have just like a kick, just to kind of show the new scene, maybe like a symbol, the first symbol of the song. That's far too much. Quite like the idea of copying that, actually. It sounds really cool. Copied the wrong bit. So let's just copy that a few times. In fact, I'm going to consolidate this. So I want to reverse it as well. Oh, why can't I see what I'm looking for? Okay. No, this didn't consolidate. What's going on? Okay. And then reverse this. In fact, I'm going to reverse this part. Put in some crossfades so it doesn't sound so jarring. Why? Oh, it's because I consolidate them and now they won't crossfade. Ah, okay. My bad. I really like that as like a loop. That's very cool. And I want to bring the bass in on this note, maybe for the second time around. And I kind of want to maybe have a bass line that's a little bit kind of like unexpected. So let's try G sharp. Oh no, sorry, G. And also we want it to go a lot lower than that. That was a very wimpy sounding bass line. And then go lower. So I keep picking the sharps. Let me see. Okay. I kind of like, I think this first note could be better. fact, yeah, I'm gonna. And then we go to that note, because the reverse. Oh, I need to copy this one more time. So we've got that kind of mirrored bass line. And I kind of want to do the same with the drums, actually. So let's bring the drums in when the bass comes in. So it's on the second. Let's do cross sticks again. I mean, rim shots. Just keep this going for the whole thing. Quite like the idea of this, maybe like almost like a hi-hat, like a little kind of, well, not that didn't sound good, but like a hi-hat part that's kind of like slowly building up and stuff, and it's kind of like not too chaotic, you know. This is Melancholy, but yeah, something that's kind of just a little bit of or maybe some toms. Let's maybe throw some toms in here. Well, that was quite nice actually. Let's just lower the velocity. Oh yeah, that could be. And obviously for this bit I want to reverse the drum part, but let's just figure out the part first. I do want to put some toms in there. I'm just going to loop this 4-bar section. That's one thing I do like about Logic, actually. When you're going through the note editor, when you're moving it, it plays the sound, which I absolutely love, actually. That's something I do miss about Logic. I don't use Logic much anymore, but I was using it today, and that's something I forgot I missed. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then maybe a lower tom. Yeah, somewhere around there. And obviously then we want to reverse it. This is going to be interesting. I have no idea how this part's going to sound. I think we could just press the invert button. That's pretty cool. And then maybe we can go back. How long we've got left? 12 minutes. Okay. I guess this is kind of the chorus section, this bit. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put that in. I like this little 1-bar break. Oh, that's a little bit long. Yeah, how many notes am I wanting? Maybe just 2? Well, I'm hearing something. I can't figure it out. Wait, what's going on? Hang on. Yeah, that's... I don't know why that sounds right, because that's an odd number that I'm throwing that in, but it kind of does work. Actually, let's listen to it from... I think it's because of where the bass is landing and everything. It's kind of, it's quite trippy, actually. Yeah, that's cool. I like where that comes in. In fact, I kind of want to, just for that first bit, actually have like a little open hi-hat maybe, just to make it feel like it's a new section. Oh, hang on a minute. In fact, what I'm going to do, I quite like the idea of actually, it's not something I do very often, but I'm actually going to look at the drum parts on the OP1, because I kind of like the idea it's just from a completely different instrument, and I maybe use the dark light as well, get some reverb on it as well. So let's go to the kit parts, and let's create a new audio channel quickly, and put in, how long have we got left? 9 minutes, okay. So let's turn the dark light for now. Yeah, I might just jam a little part over it and see if I can come up like a little beat that goes over the beat, the beat over the beat. What I might do actually, some of that I quite liked, some of it was a bit sloppy, but I might actually just take out these drums completely and just see how it sounds with just this OP1 bit, OP1 drum part. Yeah, that's actually really cool. I'm going to quantize it though, because it's just a little bit loose, although it's really going to mess it up. Yeah, actually, that's pretty cool. What I'm going to do is add the Waves BB tubes on this, because I just want to make it just a bit thicker. Let's push this up to maybe 4 on both sides. Just put the bass relief up. Now that's kind of interesting. I'm going to take out these drums again, and I mean, this is going to be weird, but I quite like the idea of actually reversing the drums and see, because again, we've got the mirror theme. Well, reflection, sorry, not mirror. I've translated reflection to mirror, but yeah, let's reverse this and just hang on. Oh, it's because it's got the. This might be really odd, but let's try it. Yeah, it kind of works. I've been feeling these things. Yeah, I've actually been bitten like 3 times. There's a mosquito here that's been literally eating me. And yeah, it's a really bad one. I just saw it then. It keeps landing on me. Anyway, sorry, that was distracting. Back to Ableton. So, yeah, I think that's actually probably, I quite like that as like an ending. That was pretty cool. I mean, it's very bare bones as a song, but I've only spent 55 minutes on it so far. But there's something in it. It's something that I would like to continue working on this. I think at some point, because it's really, yeah, I think it's quite cool. I like the vibe of it. But yeah, I think just for the last 5 minutes, I kind of want to do some finishing touches. I'm going to add Ozone 11 on there at some point just before the 5 minutes runs out as like a quick mastering. But I want to do some more stuff with these drums. So I'm going to solo this, and I'm going to put Baby Audio's, what's it called? Transit 2 on here. Push the macro up and just go for the presets for now. Yeah, I mean, that's already really cool. And I'm going to actually pitch shift this an octave lower as well. And then go to the Transit 2. Start this macro all the way down, and then automate that so it starts to increase. So we start getting all those those cool delays. And then in context. Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. Trying to think about what else we could do. I mean, this is actually almost a 4-minute song. So I don't want to add any more sections. I'm trying to think out what else I can do to kind of add more interest. I'm thinking for this section, I kind of maybe just put a quick lead part over it. So if you see me keep moving around, this mosquito is still trying to eat me. And it's a big mosquito. So let's put this on, and then in fact I just saw it there, it's flying around. And let's go back to instruments. Right, I'm just gonna. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm going to put the delay and reverb on that. Something like that. Lower the level a little bit. Yeah, so I'm just going to start jamming over that, just so we've got like some more interest. was very hard to play over. I love this sound. Yeah, there was some bits in there I really liked, actually. I want to cut some little bits out. Oh, we've run out of time. I don't know when that ran out, but I'm guessing it must have happened. Yeah, it must have just happened. So I'm going to give myself an extra 60 seconds and just take out that section. I think it was around here. It was here. Yeah, I'm just going to cut that out. There's little bits I liked. Yeah, slower level. Okay, I don't want to do more because I've gone over the time, obviously. I've probably gone over maybe like 2 minutes. So I'm going to quickly put a Ozone 11 on this by Isotope, just as a quick mastering. And I actually did this yesterday, and the had to actually edit the live stream yesterday because the computer just absolutely like crashed. So I had to go over and redo the whole playback. All right, let's put balanced just for quick. Okay, and let's have a listen. I'm going to quickly save it as well. I'm an addict to saving my projects, but let's go. Well, there you go. There's what was the? I can't remember the theme. Melancholy Reflection. I'm going to bring up the title again. Yeah, there you go. Melancholy Reflection. That's the one. So yeah, I think I actually really like it as a song. It's nice. Let me know if you think it fits the theme or if it doesn't fit the theme. I kind of like, I would like to kind of revisit this at some point. Probably, I like the idea of taking samples from it or something. Yeah, it was cool. But yeah, this will probably be the last live stream for at least a week, anyways. But yeah, if you've got any ideas of themes or vibes or anything, let me know. Put them in the comments, and I will do it for the next stream. And yeah, if you've enjoyed it, let me know. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is always so much fun doing this. Quite nerve-wracking at times because it's all live, but yeah, it's good fun. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.